7 things to stop doing after 60. Unlock joy and freedom in retirement. When you cross the age of 60, the world begins to look at you differently. Some people treat you as though your best years are already behind you, as though the only thing left is to slow down, fade out, and wait for time to do its work. But you and I both know that's not the whole story. There is still breath in your lungs, still wisdom in your heart, and still a fire in your soul. And that fire is not meant to be wasted. This stage of life is not a closing chapter. It's a brand new one. It's not about endings, but about clarity. At 60 and beyond, you are gifted with something younger people often lack: perspective. You've seen enough of life to know what matters and what doesn't. And with that wisdom comes the chance to let go of the heavy burdens you've been carrying, so you can finally walk lighter, freer, and happier. Too many people over 60 let the wrong things steal their peace. They cling to regrets, chase comparisons, ignore their health, or believe the lie that their time has passed. But the truth is this: your time is now. Retirement doesn't have to mean retreat. It can mean renewal. It can mean living with more purpose, more laughter, and more joy than ever before. I want you to think about this moment as an invitation to stop doing the things that weigh you down and start embracing the choices that give you life. Because happiness in your later years isn't about luck. It's about wisdom. It's about courage. It's about choosing peace over worry, connection over isolation, and gratitude over regret. Your 60s can be the start of something powerful. And if you're ready to let go of what no longer serves you, you'll find that life after 60 is not smaller. It's richer, fuller, and more meaningful than you ever imagined. Number 1. Stop holding on to regrets. Regret is a thief that sneaks into your heart and drains the joy from your present moment. It whispers about mistakes you made decades ago, choices you wish you could undo, words you wish you hadn't spoken, and opportunities you let slip away. And as you get older, those whispers grow louder if you let them. They can keep you awake at night, replaying the what-ifs of your past, like a broken record. But here's the truth: regret cannot rewrite history. It can only rob you of the life you still have left to live. So many people in their 60s and beyond carry the weight of regrets from marriages that failed, careers they abandoned, friendships they neglected, or dreams they buried. But ask yourself, how long will you keep punishing yourself for being human? Every decision you made, even the ones that hurt, shaped you into the person you are today. Those mistakes gave you wisdom, compassion, and perspective. They taught you lessons that no book or teacher ever could. You are not defined by your failures. You are defined by what you choose to do with them now. Holding on to regret is like dragging a heavy anchor behind you. It slows you down and keeps you from sailing into the peaceful waters that lie ahead. To stop doing this, you must learn to forgive yourself. You must look at that younger version of you, the one who didn't know then what you know now, and offer them kindness. Say you did the best you could with what you had, and then let it go. Life after 60 should not be a museum of regrets. It should be a garden of gratitude. Gratitude for the fact that you are still here, still breathing, still able to love, laugh, and start anew. Regret is backward looking, but gratitude faces forward. The moment you shift your eyes from what you lost to what you still have, the bitterness begins to melt away. Remember, there are people who love you now, who look to you for guidance, who still need your wisdom and your presence. They aren't concerned about what you didn't do in the past. They're looking at who you are today. Don't let regret steal from them, and don't let it steal from you. Your 60s are a time for freedom. Stop dragging yesterday's burdens and start walking into tomorrow with a lighter heart. Number 2, stop ignoring your health. When you're young, it's easy to take health for granted. You eat what you want, stay up too late, push your body to its limits, and assume you'll bounce back. But after 60, ignoring your health is no longer something you can get away with. Your body is speaking to you now, more clearly than ever. Every ache, every shortness of breath, every moment of fatigue, it's all a message, and ignoring those messages is one of the fastest ways to shorten not just your years, but your joy within them. So many people wait until a crisis hits before they start paying attention. A heart scare, a diabetes diagnosis, a fall they didn't recover from so quickly. But it doesn't have to come to that. You don't have to wait for a wake-up call. The truth is, this is the time to take your health seriously. Not because you're fragile, but because you deserve to feel strong, energetic, and alive for as many years as possible. Health is not just about doctors and medicine. It's about how you treat your body every single day. What you eat, how you move, how you rest, and how you manage stress all add up. And after 60, these choices matter more than ever. This is not the season to live recklessly with your body. It's the season to cherish it, because it's the vessel carrying you through this beautiful chapter of life. Maybe you've said, "It's too late to change. I've already lived this way for too long." But that is simply not true. Countless studies show that people who start exercising in their 60s, walking, stretching, lifting light weights, improve their balance, energy, and even their memory. People who change their eating habits later in life can reverse high blood pressure, lower cholesterol, and regain vitality they thought was gone forever. You don't need to train like an athlete. You just need to honor your body with small, consistent choices that tell it, "I want you to thrive." And don't overlook mental and emotional health. Depression, anxiety, and loneliness take a toll on the body just as much as poor diet or lack of movement. Talk to someone. Open up to your doctor, a counselor, or a trusted friend. Spend time outdoors, laugh more, listen to music that stirs your soul. Health is not only the absence of disease, it's the presence of joy, balance, and peace of mind. At this age, your health is your freedom. Without it, your retirement years will feel limited and burdened. With it, you can travel, play with your grandchildren, volunteer, explore new hobbies, and wake up each day with excitement. Stop ignoring the signals your body is giving you. Stop putting off that checkup. Stop saying, "I'll deal with it later." Later is here. And by choosing to honor your health now, you're giving yourself the gift of more good days, more laughter, and more life. Number 3, stop isolating yourself. As the years pass, it's easy to withdraw. Children grow up and move away. Friends move, get busy, or sometimes pass on. The workplace that once gave you daily interaction no longer fills your calendar. Slowly, without even realizing it, you may find yourself spending more and more time alone. At first, it may feel comfortable. Quiet mornings, no interruptions, the freedom to do as you please. But over time, isolation becomes a trap. It seeps into your heart, dulls your spirit, and leaves you carrying an invisible weight of loneliness. Loneliness is not just an emotional ache, it's a health risk. Studies show that isolation after 60 can increase the risk of heart disease, depression, memory loss, and even shorten life expectancy. Why? Because we were not created to live in silence and solitude all the time. Humans thrive on connection, conversation, laughter, the warmth of being seen and known. When you stop surrounding yourself with others, you starve one of the most vital parts of being human, your sense of belonging. But here's the beautiful truth. It's never too late to reconnect. Whether it's with old friends or new ones, your 60s are a time to intentionally rebuild community. Call the friend you haven't spoken to in years. Join a church group, a book club, or a fitness class. Volunteer at a local school or shelter where your wisdom and presence can bless others. Relationships do not have an expiration date. You can create meaningful bonds at 60, 70, or even 90. Isolation also tricks you into believing you're a burden, that people don't want to hear from you or spend time with you. That is a lie. The people who love you want your presence, your stories, your advice, your laughter. And new people too are waiting for someone just like you to walk into their lives. You are not invisible. You are invaluable. Connection is not about having dozens of friends. It's about having a few deep, meaningful relationships that give life richness. It's about hearing someone say, "I'm glad you're here." When you stop isolating, you invite love back into your life. And love, whether from family, friends, neighbors, or community, is the medicine that keeps your spirit strong and your days filled with joy. If you've been pulling away, it's time to step back into the light. Open your door. Answer the phone. Say yes to invitations. Life is too precious to spend it locked away from others. Connection is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself after 60. Don't let isolation steal your happiness. Let people back in, and you'll rediscover a part of yourself you thought was lost. Number 4, stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is one of the most silent destroyers of joy. And after 60, it often creeps in stronger than ever. You look at younger people with their smooth faces, their busy careers, their fast-moving lives, and you feel a pang of envy or sadness. You see neighbors taking vacations, buying new cars, remodeling homes, and you start to measure your own life against theirs. Or perhaps the sharpest comparison is with your own younger self. The body you once had, the energy you once carried, the opportunities you once chased. But here's the truth. Comparison is a game you can never win. Because no matter who you look at, someone will always have more, look better, or seem happier. And the more you measure your life against others, the less you can appreciate the beautiful, unique journey you've been given. At 60 and beyond, comparison becomes especially cruel because it robs you of contentment in a season meant for peace. Instead of savoring the wisdom you've gained, the milestones you've reached, and the experiences you've lived, comparison keeps you chasing illusion. It keeps you focused on what you don't have instead of what you do, and it blinds you to the richness of your own story. Your life is not supposed to look like anyone else's. You are not supposed to have the same house, the same health, the same family, or the same bank account as your neighbor. You are not supposed to look like you did You are supposed to look like you now, seasoned, wiser, full of stories etched into every line on your face. Those wrinkles? They're not flaws, they're evidence of laughter, tears, and resilience. That slower pace, it's not weakness, it's wisdom. When you stop comparing, you start living. You begin to see your life through eyes of gratitude instead of scarcity. You realize that you don't need someone else's path. You have your own, and it is enough. In fact, it is more than enough. It is yours, given to you by God, filled with moments that no one else could live. Instead of looking at what others have, look at what you can still give. Instead of envying youth, celebrate your freedom, your perspective, your hard-earned wisdom. Younger people may have their energy, but they don't yet have the depth of understanding that you do. They don't yet know the lessons you've learned through hardship, love, loss, and triumph. That is your treasure. Comparison wastes the precious time you have left. Contentment fills it. Stop looking over the fence at someone else's life. Water your own garden, and you'll find it blooms more beautifully than you imagined. Your 60s and beyond are not for measuring. They're for savoring. And when you let go of comparison, you open the door to peace, joy and gratitude that can light up the rest of your years. Number 5. Stop spending beyond your means. Money has a way of making us feel secure, powerful, or even important. But after 60, chasing that illusion through overspending can quickly turn into a burden. Too many people in retirement fall into the trap of living as if nothing has changed, buying things they don't truly need, taking on unnecessary debt, or trying to keep up appearances. And before long, the joy of retirement is swallowed by stress, bills, and fear of not having enough. The truth is, retirement is not about keeping up with anyone else. It's about creating peace, and peace comes not from things, but from freedom. Freedom from debt. Freedom from anxiety about tomorrow. Freedom from the endless cycle of needing more. When you stop spending beyond your means, you begin to breathe easier. You wake up knowing that you have enough, and that knowledge allows you to savor life more fully. Overspending often comes from emotional emptiness. People buy to fill loneliness, boredom, or regret. But the new car, the fancy clothes, the latest gadget, they cannot give you lasting happiness. In fact, the thrill of buying fades quickly, but the stress of paying remains. At 60 and beyond, you don't need more possessions. You need more experiences. You need sunsets with people you love, laughter at the dinner table, quiet mornings of peace. These things cannot be bought, yet they're worth more than anything you'll find in a store. Living within your means does not mean living without joy. It means choosing wisely. It means realizing that a simple meal at home with family may bring more happiness than the most expensive restaurant. It means that the memories you make with your grandchildren, your friends, or your spouse will outlast any material purchase. It means choosing to invest in what truly matters, not in what advertisers convince you matters. Your 60s are the time to protect your financial health as much as your physical health. Don't let spending become a chain that holds you back. Instead, practice gratitude for what you already have. Simplify your life. Let go of the urge to compete with neighbors or impress others. True wealth in retirement is measured in peace, joy, and relationships, not in things. When you stop spending beyond your means, you reclaim your freedom, and freedom is the richest gift of all. Number 6. Stop saying it's too late. One of the most dangerous lies people believe after 60 is that their time for dreaming, growing, or creating is over. They think, I'm too old to start something new. That season has passed. But that thought is nothing but a thief that steals opportunities, joy, and purpose from the years that could be the most fulfilling of your entire life. Think about it. Colonel Sanders was in his 60s when he started Kentucky Fried Chicken. Laura Ingalls Wilder published her first book in her 60s. Grandma Moses didn't begin painting until she was nearly 70. History is filled with people who decided that 60 was not the end. It was the beginning. And their lives prove something powerful. It is never too late to start. The belief that it's too late comes from fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of wasting time. But what if the only thing you're really wasting is the time you spend doubting yourself? The truth is, your later years are rich with possibility. You have more freedom, more clarity, and more wisdom than you did at 20. You no longer need to chase the approval of the world. You can finally do the things that bring you joy. Maybe it's learning to play the piano. Maybe it's writing the book you've carried in your heart for decades. Maybe it's starting a garden, traveling to a place you've always dreamed of, or simply daring to live each day with fresh eyes. Whatever it is, the only thing standing between you and that dream is the voice that says, it's too late. But here's the truth. Every morning you wake up is proof that you're not finished. If God allowed you to see another sunrise, it means there is still purpose for your life. That purpose may not look like climbing a corporate ladder anymore. It may look like mentoring someone younger, sharing your story, building deeper connections, or creating beauty in your own way. Purpose does not expire. So stop burying your dreams under the weight of that lie. Stop silencing the part of you that longs to try. 60 is not too late. 70 is not too late. As long as you are breathing, it is never too late to live with meaning, passion, and joy. The question isn't, am I too old? The question is, what do I want to do with the life I still have? Say goodbye to the lie. Say hello to possibility. The best chapters of your story may not be behind you. They may be the ones you're about to write. Number 7. Stop neglecting your spirit. The body slows down as we age, and the mind carries its share of worries. But there is one part of you that never grows old: your spirit. Yet too often, after 60, people focus only on the physical aches and the financial plans, while quietly starving their inner life. They stop feeding the very thing that gives them peace, meaning, and hope. Neglecting your spirit is like locking away the brightest light you have and then wondering why life feels dim. Your spirit is not something distant or abstract. It's the core of who you are. It's the quiet voice that whispers gratitude in the morning, the sense of awe you feel at a sunset, the comfort you receive when you pray. It's the deep knowing that your life is more than just days on a calendar, that you were made for something eternal. And when you ignore that, life can feel empty, even if you have everything else in place. After 60, nurturing your spirit is not optional. It's essential. These years invite you to slow down and reflect, to spend time not only doing but being, to look back with gratitude, to look around with awareness, and to look forward with hope. This is the time to pray more deeply, to sit in silence and let peace fill your heart, to read words that uplift and inspire you, to thank God for the gift of each day you're still given. Neglecting your spirit leaves you restless, searching for meaning in things that can't satisfy. But tending to your spirit fills you with strength. It gives you calm when the world feels uncertain, courage when your body feels weaker, and joy that no circumstance can take away. It reminds you that even as the years pass, you are still connected to something bigger, something eternal. Think of your spirit as a garden. If you ignore it, weeds will grow, fear, bitterness, regret. But if you water it daily with gratitude, prayer, and reflection, beauty will bloom. Peace will grow. Love will overflow. And that is the kind of legacy you leave behind. Not possessions, but the impact of a life lived with a radiant spirit. So stop neglecting the deepest part of you. Feed your soul. Speak with God. Write down the blessings you see. Choose kindness over anger, forgiveness over resentment, hope over despair. At 60 and beyond, your spirit can shine brighter than ever before. And when it does, you'll discover a joy that nothing and no one can take from you. Conclusion: a new beginning after 60. Reaching 60 is not an ending. It's an awakening. It's the moment when you can finally stop carrying the things that weigh you down and start embracing the choices that set you free. Stop holding on to regrets that chain you to the past. Stop ignoring the health that sustains your future. Stop isolating yourself when connection is the very thing that brings life to your days. Stop comparing yourself to others and see the beauty of your own story. Stop spending beyond your means and choose peace over pressure. Stop saying it's too late when your best moments may still be waiting for you. And stop neglecting your spirit, because it is your spirit that will carry you through every season with grace. Your 60s and beyond are not about shrinking back. They are about living deeper. They are about choosing joy in the ordinary, gratitude in the small things, and courage in the face of change. They are about realizing that happiness is not something you lost in the past, but something you can choose here and now. So let this chapter be your most meaningful yet. Step lighter, love deeper, laugh louder, make peace with yesterday, cherish today, and look forward to tomorrow with hope. You are not finished. You are still becoming, and the years ahead can be filled with more wisdom, more joy, and more love than you ever imagined, if only you dare to stop what no longer serves you and start living for what truly matters.